That sweet yet sour flavor, that crisp yet smooth texture. Even as a dessert, pineapples pack a priceless punch. Pineapple? Hey, would you like to know where the name pineapple comes from? Back in the 1690s, someone thought that the fruit looked like a pine cone, and that's why it's called a pineapple. Outside of English-speaking countries, pineapples are called ananas. Now that we know their linguistic origin, what about how they grow? Looking like pine cones, do they perhaps grow on trees like coconuts? Or maybe they grow underground like potatoes? The pineapple, so familiar, bears secrets. And so do walnuts and broccoli. Let's unearth the truth hidden beneath these plants. Here's a surprise, pineapples grow on grass. In fact, although you may think that pineapples are closely related to something like the coconut growing on palm trees, they're actually closer to being more like a grain, like rice. And when buying pineapples, I imagine you may buy one or two at a time. But the truth is, a single pineapple fruit isn't the result of a single blossom. Each of these chunks is the result of a pineapple blossom. The fruit we buy at the store is the combination of all of those blossoms, a compound fruit. It may help to see a blooming pineapple flower. From a single point, dozens of pineapple flowers grow and bloom, combining until they eventually coalesce into its more familiar fruity form. This is why each pineapple chunk contains an ovary. In other words, when you eat a pineapple, you're not eating a pineapple, you're eating a bunch of pineapple. Here's an enjoyable activity. By removing a pineapple's crown, you can use it to grow another pineapple. This works because the crown is an extension of the plant's stem and its needles. This is similar to how one might propagate a banana plant. Grow a pineapple's roots by placing its crown in water. Plant that, and you grow yourself a pineapple. Of course, how well they grow depends on the climate they're grown in. And do you also know that pineapple is good for digestion? This is thanks to bromelain, an enzyme found in pineapple plants. Bromelain is a protein-digesting enzyme, so it's sometimes used as a meat tenderizer. The reason eating too much pineapple causes the roof of your mouth to grow sore is this protein-digesting enzyme. However, our stomachs have a very low pH level. This makes it difficult for bromelain to fully activate. This unfortunately means that eating pineapple after your meal can only help so much when it comes to digestion. Some curious fellows may be wondering, how did pineapples come to possess such an enzyme? The reason for that is deeply rooted in the tropical climate where pineapples come from. These areas harbor many insects which would just love to devour the pineapple's fruit. The pineapple seems to have developed this enzyme to deal with these pests. Just as persimmons wield tannin, a chemical which can slow metabolism, pineapples use bromelain to defend themselves. If an insect nibbled a pineapple leaf, fruit, or stem, they may find themselves melting like the Wicked Witch of the West. Sometimes, insects get trapped inside the pineapple's crown. Bad news for the poor little guy. If enough water is present, bromelain can seep through the crown's leaves via osmosis, melting the insect and providing additional nutrients for the pineapple plant. Though achieved in a roundabout manner, pineapples are apparently carnivorous plants. Pineapples produce quite a bunch of fun facts, don't they? But if it's fun facts you're looking for, the walnut and broccoli plants have got you covered. How about we take a look at the walnut first? Walnuts look like nuts and are literally called walnuts, so you'd think they grow underground like peanuts do. However, these fellows grow on trees. And what's more, while the brain-shaped mass inside the shell may be mistaken for the walnut's seed, the whole shell is the seed. This photograph may help clear things up. Before you stands a walnut tree. Do you see those green fruit? Within those green guys lie the all too familiar walnuts. The stuff that looks like a brain we eat is, strictly speaking, not the walnut seed, but rather the seed's endosperm, which helps the seed grow. This is why if you plant and water a walnut, it sprouts like a bean plant. May look strange, but this hasn't been photoshopped. In this regard, chestnuts are similar to walnuts. Rather than being the plant's fruit, they're the plant's seed. This mass of spikes is the chestnut's burr, or cupule, and the edible part that you may be familiar with is the seed inside the burr. Yep, you can plant a chestnut just like you can plant a walnut. If there is a difference between walnuts and chestnuts, it's this. Walnut fruits carry a single seed, while chestnuts carry 2 to 3 seeds. Wrapping things up here, let's take a quick look at broccoli. Broccoli plants look like this. Huh? But wait a moment, where are those bumpy mushroom-shaped buds that we usually eat? We don't see them because the broccoli plant's flowers haven't bloomed yet. Actually, the broccoli that we eat is the plant's flower. And as the plant matures, many flower buds form, which are then cut off and sold at market. Zooming in on a broccoli plant, you can see tightly packed flower buds. And if you don't harvest the broccoli and let it grow, they bloom into these beautiful flowers. Perhaps unknowingly, we've been eating raw, cooked, and marinated flower buds. One more interesting fact is that broccoli was derived from the wild mustard plant. In fact, broccoli was cultivated by focusing on the mustard plant's stem and flowers. Kale, on the other hand, was cultivated by focusing on the wild mustard plant's leaves. Cauliflower, its flowers and bloom. Kohlrabi, the stem. Cabbage, the terminal buds, and Brussels sprouts on the leaf buds. Basically, these plants were all cultivated by focusing on different parts of the mustard plant. Pineapple, walnut, and broccoli. A bit of science can make things seem very different, huh? But more important than scientific facts is the importance of healthy eating, no? The plants we discussed today build a healthy diet, so please enjoy them. Science is a window to the world, and this has been Science Dream. Thank you.